They can be yeah. Everything natural, scripted. We talk about it here. One shot, one take. We don't get paid for this. So, just want to touch base with you guys. All right. There are there is something that I had seen. Let's try this. UFOs are very hard to get evidence and proof of, right? So, in particular, there's this guy I just came across. His name is Billy Meir, I believe, and he he's got proof and pictures of things UFOs floating, flying around. And he's been doing this for a while. So my take on it is I'm not understanding exactly what I'm seeing. Yes, some of it looks a little suspect, but then the other stuff looks very much, uh, very much like there's some truth to what he's displaying. All right, and it's hard to convince somebody what you have and what you've seen. They either have to see it, and even then they're going to try to tear it down and poke holes in your argument or the proof that you're showing and displaying to the world. It's your proof, right? Necessarily, it ain't your job to prove to people. It's just to present evidence and then go from there. But Billy, I'm gonna fast forward through a lot of this stuff or jump across. And I'm gonna show you what I just saw the other day because again, I see stuff a lot. But what I saw the other morning, I was just taking out the trash or getting the trash ready before I went to work. So uh, let's just look at this stuff. Okay, fair use YouTube. The part don't start till you walk in. And now that you guys are here, let's begin. Also, don't forget to check out my latest book, Demon Streamer. Very, very solid horror, adult horror. Okay, 11th book. We're putting out the work for you guys, and we're trying to make sure that we maintain a content, and then also a good place to imagine what you used to imagine. But now that you're an adult, you're afraid to imagine. So let's just step into it. All right. This let me jump over. Shut the scroll. Okay. Now this guy here, right? This is Michael Horn. Now we were just you guys know I was just in Sedona, Arizona, and I wish I had stayed a little bit long, well, made a second trip to go see this convention because again, this stuff is fascinating to me. So I really like to see this information. I really love it. Um, and again, because I've seen these things, I've never I've seen these things. So for me, it ain't necessarily so much as are they there. It's more who they are, uh, who's controlling them, what they are, what they represent. That's for me. But let me go ahead and start it with Mr. Billy, Michael Horn, and he's giving a convention trying to explain this information. So let's get to it. Fair use YouTube.
You're more prominent and you're getting known in Europe and other places, you're going to find that there's going to be a lot of people popping up saying that they are channeling Pleiadians, meeting with Pleiadians. Their boyfriends, girlfriends, wives, or husbands are Pleiadians. They're
And
a hybrid.
The Pleiadians are aliens, an alien group. So they said they're more like Nordics, but again, another alien group, all right? So
And she said, look, we have an important bit of work to do with you for some time. You won't need to come to us each time and ask, oh, are you meeting with these people too? Just so she'll say, we will be meeting with nobody else. And you will then eventually, in years to come, you'll be able to reveal the name of our race, but you will see that this is going to become a very popular trend, and UFOs are going to.
and again, people, don't be surprised if the live stream starts doing weird stuff. It seems like when this guy's stuff is mentioned, all kinds of weird stuff starts happening. Again, you got a lot of gatekeepers out here, people that think only certain groups of people or certain people are supposed to have the information and see the information and have these experiences with uh, extraterrestrial beings. So You guys bear with me on this, all right? And I'm gonna jump ahead because again, I want to make sure that I hit this point and show you guys what I saw.
Become a very popular topic on Earth, and you are going to be pushing some controversy, so get ready for it. All right. Well, as promised, oops,
I don't know who that guy is.
slides jumping on me. This is her father, who went by the name Ptah, similar to the
You see what I mean?
P-T-A-H of ancient Egypt.
And hopefully I'm not buffering too bad.
He also had a high level associate that works with him, quits.
All right, so you guys see what I'm talking about? Look at this craziness. Every time this guy's information is mentioned, you get a lot of buffering. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump ahead, right? So I'm going to show you the images that he had. Now, again, take this with a grain of salt or however you process it.
Down there, I think you can see dark hair, perhaps, and a figure.
Let me get to
Those 8, these craft are hovering and even rotating, then they suddenly, 2 of them disappear, it goes on and on. Meyer also took a photograph of 4 of the craft at the same time. And then this is one of the most famous photographs. Why? Well, if we get another shot of it, skeptics like to say that that's simply a model tree with a tiny little craft on a string or somehow supported. It'd be pretty hard to figure out where you're going to hang a string, considering he's also a distance from it. Up until recently, there was this debate that could take some traction. People could say, well, no, it's a small model, you know, and it's in front of the tree. And my webmaster, Melissa, decided to use some, much more contemporary software. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't know the first thing about it. I'm lucky to get through this. If you can see the bottom line, no blue fringe on this edge, it's hidden by the branch. This is about the fringing, this kind of technology. Some of you may be familiar with this technology. I know nothing about it other than what I read here. But through doing that, they could determine, and maybe you can't leave it up for you to look at it, that branch is in front of the edge of the craft, just ever so slightly. This was not made easy for Billy in certain ways because the opportunity for debunking it, it's like, well, it could be, but it isn't. Only when we started to get better technology, and I think this was deliberate, were people able to start to determine, yes, these are large objects. Yes, they're a distance from the camera. They're real. Now, as I said, they would photograph them. They used trees prominently. There were a series, I think in this total series, there were about 9 of them. You can see reflections in the metal, reflection even perhaps of the tree, hillside, clouds and all. Billy is sitting or standing to this side of that tree in the foreground. So it turns out that the viewfinder on his camera, this thing was set to infinity. It was broken, set at that level. He didn't do it deliberately, but he would get clearer photographs of the objects in the distance, as if he had deliberately focused them to the distance. Right?
again.
Now I'm going to be politically incorrect and say, you know, all the people who for the past few dozen years have been talking about UFOs with all sorts of theories and everything, all the experts and the government people and all, where's their evidence and what is it? Think about it. So here we have it. And as I said, there's several more, but you get the idea. They moved the craft around the tree so he could snap this, snap that, snap this. And I mentioned before being inside of a craft. Here he is here is a photograph from inside a craft with two of the UFOs outside the window. The color on this photograph, the screen that he shot through, the window he shot through had a tint to it, which isn't always the case, because when he shot this even clearer photograph above Switzerland, there's a craft very close in the foreground down there, and a craft farther away. But photos taken from inside the craft could suffer from some distortions that he was told had to do with energetic fields in the craft. But for the most part, things were pretty good. Now, one day, early on, I think it was actually still in 75, if not, it was 76, he's asked by an extraterrestrial, I believe it was Semyaze on that day, to gather some people together for some photographs. And
again, I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit. I'm trying to get you, not saying that it isn't all interesting, but I want you guys to, this is, again, these are pictures. This is called the wedding cake image. This is the one that had me going, again, does it look a little off? Yeah, but has anybody really ever seen a UFO up close? They're saying basically it's not real, and this is one of the astronauts.
After the investigative team went to Switzerland, I know the investigative team very well. They came to my home, show me all their pictures. That
Very
they
fine photos, yes, very fine.
Very
I have seen
They
them.
were absolutely authentic.
Эти фотографии были абсолютно аутентичными.
And yet the whole world has tried their best to make them out to be fake.
Jennifer mentioned a USAF OSI investigation. Actually, the man that we're quoting here was a former, he was retired from the USAF OSI DOD. Some people have presumed that he is an unreal person.
Let me back up.
There's no evidence.
I can't remember this guy's name, but he's an astronaut.
It says 64. What am I going to do? Here it is.
I think a similar kind of thing is, let's look at Swiss, the man in Swiss.
Remember his name.
Got axes. You've got all sorts of nice, clumsy stuff.
Just know that that guy's an astronaut.
It applies, gives them.
Please go look at.
There would be a hoaxed moon landing.
Billy's talking about a lot of things, showing a lot of information. And I don't want to get too far up into it because, again, I want you guys to look at this stuff on your own. I literally was there at Sedona, and that's where I saw.
The Aurora Agency notified.
Some reason Arizona seems to have a lot of crazy stuff going on. Right? Arizona seems to have a lot of crazy stuff going on. So what I want to show you guys, because I'm gonna wrap this thing up, but what I want to show you guys is what I saw last week. I believe it was Friday, and I was just taking out the trash. Trying to get everything ready so that when I got off from work, the trash would be picked up. I didn't have to take it out, and it was early. It was like either 5:50 or it was pretty early. And this is what I saw. This is what I captured. Okay, so let me click on it. Oh, let me click on it. Close that. Get this. Let's see if I can share it. Let's see if I can share this. Like that. Let me see if let me try to open the tab. Hold on a second. Let me pull this up. Because what I saw, um, was really, really odd. I don't know what these three things are here. Maybe just airplanes, right? There's one behind it. There's another one behind it. Okay, here it is. But let me share this. Let me share this with you guys. Okay, so there's a lot of weird looking stuff in the sky right now. Like right over here. Let me pull it back up. My apologies, everybody. Let me try to pull this back up really quick, okay? So this, I don't know what these three things are here. Maybe just airplanes, right? This is what I saw. Let me tell you why it's weird. I'm going to show you three objects in a row, right? And then there was a drone that came over and almost collided with one of the three objects that was in a row, right? Pull out the camera as usual. I think the memory card is corrupted, right? But this is what I saw. And they almost collided, but I didn't get that part. Let me show you. There's one. I don't know what these three things are here. One there. There's airplanes, right? There's two. There's another one behind. There's three. But there was. Now, again, they were all in a line. The first one, this one, I think it was this one. This one almost collided with a drone. And it's like this drone was trying to see what those things were. It was flying around, checking them out. And then the drone flew over my head, but then it came back. The drone came back in this direction and went that way. But over to the right, there was a star here, and then there was a red pulsating light just sitting there pulsating, right? Let me get to that. You can see the three in a row. So I don't know what these three things are here. Maybe just airplanes, right? There's one behind it. There's another one behind it. And I said airplanes because I didn't know what it was, and it was early. I didn't know what it was, but clearly it wasn't airplanes. Airplanes just don't sit there in one spot for minutes. But there was. There's a lot of weird looking stuff in the sky right now. Like right over here. So let me get to this point. Let me pull it back. And what frustrated me, as it should first, let me make sure I get it. Hold on a second. Now it's going to show up really quick. You got to look really, really hard, obviously. Let me pull it back. Now, I only got 36 seconds of it. Try to catch it. Okay. I'm trying my best to catch it. But you can see the three things in the air. You can see them. Clearly see the objects. Right? I don't know what these things are. I have no idea what they are. All I can say is that a drone flew over and almost ran into this one, the first one. And then there's a lot of weird looking stuff in the sky right now. Like right over here. So there was a star, right? But right in here, You guys may be able to see it. Just look over it again. There was literally a red. There it is. It's right here. You guys got to look really tough. This thing just sat there, and my camera wasn't working, and I think the memory card is corrupted. And this is what I was seeing. This is a star, but this was here, and it was like right there. And then the drone came from here, hovered over here for a minute, shot back over to where the other 3 objects were, and I can only get 36 seconds. So. So basically, I'm saying all this to say very difficult to get visuals of these things. It's just tough. Sometimes it's just tough to get them. So again, with a grain of salt, like I say, take the information, process it how you want to process it. But when you step outside, look up. Look up in the sky, you guys. Just look up. You'd be surprised what you might see. And again, you can see the red. When you look back at the video of this live, just look at the video and check out the orbs, the things that I was seeing, okay? So again, Billy has some great stuff and great evidence to present on his behalf. But again, it's difficult because some of the stuff that I was looking at the Billy Mirror, I think it's Mirror. It looked a little off, but again, that's his evidence. This is evidence before the digital age. So you guys go check it out. Michael Horn had done that, and check out the MUFON information. So would you guys, I'm gonna close it out. So would you guys dare want to be caught out there trying to explain to the world what you just saw? And no matter how good the evidence is, the world is still going to say, hey, this is not real. This is jacked up. You're fronting. You're fake. This is not true. Get out of here, right? Because a lot of times you'll see the government say stuff like that, and it's something that's legit going on. Not to disturb the masses, all right? So, I'm gonna close this bad boy out. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe, please. And thank you, all right? So, and in closing, don't forget to get my new book, Demon Streamer, for you streamers who are out there streaming and willing to sell your soul to go viral, all right? Also, make sure if you work late at night or into the wee hours of the morning, make sure you check under your car, check around your car, check the dark recesses of your home, check your closets, because you never know what's lurking in the dark, waiting to make you a story. All right? And this has been L.A. Kendrick with another tale from the vault of Would You Dare? Until next time, you got it. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Be safe and fill in the rest.